Yo, we back, Spatchcock Funk, coming at you with Barbacoa tacos. All right, now, you know we live that taco life. It's what we do, it's an important part of it, it's a staple, man. It should be a food group. These tacos, Barbacoa tacos, are our friend April's recipe. Now, let me tell you about my homie April. She's the type of person that whether you're at a wedding and you're all dressed up or you're sipping drinks in her backyard, it is always fun and you always feel good being around her. These tacos are the equivalent of April as a person, right? Someone that you want to hang out with at all times, whether it's a fancy dinner, just chilling at home, feeding the kids, whatevs. We're going down with the Barbacoa tacos. Yo, we got to start with the marinade, and this marinade is boss. Here's what we're going to do. We've got 2 juiced limes going up in it. Between 10 or 12, we go with 12 smashed up minced garlic, fresh cloves. Like to get the garlic little bite up in there. Next, we've got 2 tablespoons of cumin, 2 of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of oregano, okay? Then we also got 4 bay leaves, 2 teaspoons of paprika, and we just put that in. Moving forward, we also have 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Yo man, apple cider, that's what's up. Central New York, how you do? We're also putting the juice in, some chipotle peppers. You don't need you can put the peppers in themselves if you want, but that's gonna really amp up the heat. All right, now we've got better than bouillon, and this gives us a little meaty flavor in this beautiful cut of meat. So we put in 1 tablespoon gooey-so of this great beef mix. And then, like we always do about this time, mix it up. Now we've got this base, and it's gonna be chunky, and that's how we want it, because then you're gonna add 1 cup of water or beef broth, but the water actually for us we like because this thing gets pretty beefy. Once that's in there, get that a good stir set up, right? Get the bay leaves floating in there, get that smell going. All right, now we've got the marinade done. We're gonna set this aside. It's hard to walk away from it because it's so good, but you gotta do that because now we have a beautiful brisket. Look at this. Our boy cut off all the fat, so we're ready to go with this thing. Now you can use other cuts of meat too. You can use flank steak, different things depending on what you're doing budget-wise. But we got a mix of some kosher salt, some black pepper, and we're gonna really be kind of generous with this. We're gonna make sure that it gets on there because it's a big piece of meat. It's gotta feel like it's getting something going. Get one side salt and peppered, do the other. Okay, now we're cutting them into pretty decent sized chunks because the next step is searing them in a Dutch oven and a little bit of oil, put in the oven, and we're good to go. Yo, now we've got the oil in the Dutch oven. You wanna sear both sides of the meat. Get them up in here, make a little layer of it. Browning meat's one of those things, man. You just smells good, it looks good, and it feels good. And what you wanna make sure you're doing is take a look at it, keep an eye on things. When you're cooking meat right, meat's easy to work with. People get afraid that it's gonna burn or they're gonna overcook it. Just keep an eye on it. That's all you gotta do. You're gonna get all your meat into the Dutch oven, turn your stovetop off, and then add in this awesome marinade that we got. Let it get in across the board. Okay, now, Dutch oven lid goes on. This is around a 6-pound brisket, so 4 hours at 300 degrees in the oven, and check on it maybe about 3 hours into it. Now we're getting this beautiful meat out. Once you open the oven, your house is already gonna smell fantastic. And then, oh yeah. Okay, now we've got this in here, and you can see it's tender and beautiful, and you just touch it and it starts falling apart. What we're gonna use are bear claws to shred it open, but you can easily use forks. You wanna shred it in its juices. And it's gonna shred really easily. Oh man, it's bringing this stuff back together. Oh yeah, here's how we do. So you're gonna get a good healthy amount of this beautiful, look at this, brisket shredded up. Okay, now what we do is we've got some flour tortillas. You can use corn, we're using flour today. We go back and forth between each one. We've got our awesome barbacoa meat in there. Next, we've got some homemade pickled red onions that we like because the acidity with the salt is a nice cut in terms of the flavor profile, so we like that. Then for each one, we've got some Cotija cheese. We like the consistency of it's fun. It's mild, yet it has a nice little addition to the complex flavors we're kind of build for our mouths here. And then we also made some Sriracha sour cream. So we're gonna put a dollop on each of our tacos, which gives us a little bit of color and a little heat to go with all of the beautiful salt and fat that we've got. Then we take a couple of fresh cut lime wedges, juice them up, and now the moment of truth, the barbacoa taco. The fatty, salty flavor from the barbacoa with that awesome brine mixture it's been cooked in really blends well and melds well with the softness of the sour cream, the acidity from the lime, and the pickled onions makes this really thing that all across, as you taste it, it kind of changes flavors in your mouth for every bite. This is how you taco.